I'll start with this one. This is called Supermarket Plastic. They're 44 now, the two kids who almost saved the planet, but didn't. They're twins. Oh, twins. No, they're not identical. They were always asking questions. Dad, is meat dead animals? Oh, just sit down and have your dinner. So they did. No one likes a fussy eater. On the fridge was a wax crayon drawing of the countryside. That's you, they told their mum. That's Daddy. That's the tree with its roots feeding up nutrients to every single leaf. And that's a man with a chainsaw eating his sandwiches and an apple. He's having a sit down before going back to work. It must be tiring, cutting down all those trees. Amazon Prime is brilliant, only £7 a month and free delivery while the whole world burns. They're 44 now, the two kids who almost saved the planet, but didn't. Their dad couldn't get used to the blue recycling bin. So this is going to save the planet, is it? He scoffed, sarcastically rinsing out his yogurt pot. His generation have scars on their hands from the strains of the quick save carrier bags, weighed down with bottles of own brand orangeade. In the 80s, there wasn't a whiff of ethically sourced rucksacks, just constantly using plastic carrier bags. Cleaner water means happier fish. Fall in love and walk a dog. If it sticks, it's aluminium. If it doesn't, it's tin. Or is it the other way around? They're 44 now, the twins who laminated their school books and wanted to start a recycling club. I'll just give them a rake in the flower bed and let them grow some sunflowers. They'll get bored of it pretty soon. Okay.
Thank you. I feel so delighted kind of getting a it's part of the reason why I love this job so much is some of the stuff that happens. It's just like, it's class. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And this is the first one. This is about arriving in the supermarket. It's called Go Shopping. We have to do this all the time. Go shopping, brush our teeth, go to bed, get up again, phone people to see how they are, read a book to show we're still vaguely in touch with culture. Jonathan Coe spends a lot of time writing his novels. It's only polite to see what he's been up to. We have to clean our trousers, toilet duck the U-bend. What am I going to wear to the thing on Tuesday? How have I run out of tea bags again? I've not started watching Fargo on Netflix. I don't think I'll get round to it now. I don't make shopping lists. I try to remember it all in my head. How do you go on holiday? I suppose you could go to a travel agent and ask, maybe look at some brochures. Look at me on my own with a basket. There's not much wow factor here. But look, there's someone else on their own with a basket. Maybe I should go and say hello. I wonder what their life has been like. So occasionally throughout the poem, you get to meet more of these two, this couple who met in a supermarket. So I'll do two more. I'll do one about the alcohol aisle, unless you have any. Do you have any requests for an aisle? Have you got a favourite aisle in the supermarket?
Oh, good question. I'm going to say the alcohol section, since you just took a swig of your beer right there as well. And it kind of is. I'd say I'd probably torn between that and the cereal aisle. I don't know which one to pick. Whichever one you prefer between the alcohol section and the cereal aisle.
That was a bit like I Devon Brown to you. Just going. You have a favourite. You have a favourite aisle. The alcohol aisle. Like a cyclist with headphones on, this isn't going to end well. There's still hair in the plug hole from the girl you were in love with. Her hair was the first thing you noticed. Some loneliness can be cured by good songs or a dog, but some stays in your house forever, like good shelves. I guess it's like when your car has been stolen. You look at the empty space and think about what you had in your glove compartment. I'm drinking rum and I miss you. I've named a dead mum in the novel I'm writing after you because you didn't reply to my text. The Libertines posters are still on the wall of the teenage girl who never came home. In the sixth form common room, a police officer suggests that if you're driving, even half a pint of beer isn't worth it. The man in the chip shop doesn't work there anymore. It's his son now. I saw you sobbing the other day in the alcohol aisle, saying to yourself, I used to be so beautiful. I used to be so beautiful. Now your eyes are like the beeps on the line after an abusive telephone call. This is not Homer Simpson belching. This is the waiting room at that oncologist real thing. Grief isn't a thing with feathers. It has rocks tied to it, thrown from the top of the scaffolding. You have a hangover, like an improvised theatre show. You phone the box office to ask for an end time, but they tell you it varies from performance to performance. Sometimes it can go on for weeks. You're messing up your life, and you're doing it now. This is the penultimate episode of the final season. The crescendo piano as a character re-emerges. Not everyone is going to get out of this series alive. That's alcohol aisle.
Yeah, that was. That's brilliant. Yeah. Is that the darkest? Is that the darkest style? The darkest chapter?
It's very much the darkest style, yeah.
Yeah.
And I might end on the end poem, which is
Sure.
the lightest.
Is that the checkout?
It sort of. I actually had a poem about the self-checkouts that I really liked, and then I realized that I was just like an old man moaning. I do sort of hate those self-checkouts, but you can't deny that they are quite handy sometimes.
The ones in co-op, the ones in the co-op around the corner are incredible. Like it doesn't even finish its sentences before it does the transaction. So it's like, would you like your buy?
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that's very true. Okay, this is about the two main characters of the supermarket love story who met in the supermarket. They go on their first date in the supermarket cafe. And yeah, it's called a supermarket love story. It happened. They met and their lives changed forever. Straight away, they knew this was real love, with illustrations by Quentin Blake. All those nights spent at home, wishing things were different, they're over now. Life is about the right person saying hello at the right time. Love should be like singing Bat Out of Hell at karaoke. But too often it's like sitting with a dog at the vet's, or trying to explain who Simon Munnery is to someone who has never heard of Simon Munnery. Love should be like being in a supermarket abroad. There's so much to discover, all those flavors and colors, but too often it's like being in a Tesco Metro and the self-service machine isn't accepting your only pound coin. Sometimes there's a moment when you realize this is it. This isn't hand luggage holiday romance. It's the big suitcase real deal. Let's go and pay. We've got everything on our list. We can go home, watch Fargo, Skype your mum and get pissed. Life is really hard. But right now it feels okay. Let's go to the checkout. We've got everything we need: the baguette, chutney, bottle of wine, nice cheese. Let's walk home and make spaghetti. Plan more things that makes us happy. We love telling people where we met. In a supermarket, yeah, we met in a supermarket. And that's it. That's a supermarket love story.
Class. Thank you so much, John. That's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, you've got such a good attention to detail for like finding like the romance in like the places that I never would have thought there could be, like, you know, stories to be told there, you know.
That's why as soon as I had the idea of supermarkets, I do think there's something so beautiful. It kind of sums up my entire, and also Katie's entire sort of illustrating and painting kind of love. And what I love in writing is just, I guess, kind of people watching in a supermarket, and just, yeah, it's, the whole world is in the supermarket, isn't it? It's kind of,
For sure.
even though they're sort of bad places in some ways, they're also quite fascinating places, I think.